Why, hello there. Money can buy you happiness. Here's why. So, I speak as a person who's never been close to rich her entire life when I say that money does buy you happiness. Granted, not directly, like there's no place on this earth that sells like an essence of happiness that you could just buy. Although that'd be cool. Future, that's what's gonna happen. But indirectly, money can buy you happiness. So psychological studies suggest that spending money that corresponds with our personality, or spending money on others, or spending money on things that will create memories is what makes us happy in the long run. Mainly it's because that spending that way grants more long-term happiness instead of just short-term happiness. So spending on others, especially when we don't have to, gives us this rush of happiness, of being a good person. Like there's still Christmas where you do have to spend on people, but honestly it's awesome. It's just this great thing to see them open your gift and be like, oh my god, thank you so much. And it's like, it's a great thing. I love Christmas. So back to spending money on others when you don't have to. So there's donating to charities and using your money to do good in the world is honestly like, it's a good person thing, is a good thing to do. So of course it's gonna make us happy. And then also like spending money on getting your buddy a gift. They may seem suspicious at first. I know my friends definitely would. But honestly, like after that, the smile on their face will inevitably make you happy, and it's just the best thing ever, I guess. Now there's also investing/saving money to go on a trip with your friends instead of wasting it on food and clothes all the time, which is honestly something that I need to learn. So anyway, that's something that will make you happy in the long run, because when you go on your trip, you'll see things and create memories with your friends that will last you an entire lifetime. Of course, unless you get Alzheimer's, then that might like suck, but then it might be the one thing you remember. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay. Don't get me wrong, being rich isn't necessarily the path to happiness. There is a limit to when money does stop making us happy. Studies suggest that we are happy when we have enough money to meet our basic needs. So basically, if we have enough money to be in a nice home, in a safe neighborhood, to have health insurance, to be able to buy healthy food, like that's when we're happy. If we earn more than that, there is the possibility that we'll have trouble with the excess money that we get. So there has been situations where a person starts getting rich and they just go crazy about it, because then they constantly need more and more and more and more. And even if they're a billionaire, they're not satisfied with what they have, even though all they wanted was money. Basically, humans, we greedy. We are super greedy. So yeah, there's those situations, and then there's also a problem of gambling addictions. It honestly all depends on the person and the situation you're in, I guess. Personally, I know that happiness is an inconsistent emotion that continuously comes and goes. It's really frustrating. But I do think that money can buy or even help one become happy or gain happiness. Like, I'm human. So honestly, short-term happiness is pretty much like all you can really ask for. Honestly, if it's a really hot day and you've been at work or you've been at school the entire day, like of course buying either an ice cap or ice cream is gonna make you happy. But then there's also the problem with because when you're sad, I don't know who will relate to this, but I know a few people will. When you're sad and you go on a shopping spree, like that makes you happy, but then you get like immediate regret afterward. Yeah, that always sucks. But I do know if I invest in something major like a car, or definitely an apartment so I can move away from my parents, even though I love them, but they're driving me crazy, or a trip with my friends, I know I will be happy with that. Like that's a good thing to spend on. And again, personally, I do agree with the studies, obviously, that having enough money to have basic needs is what makes us happier. Like, just having enough money for that is good, but I also think that having enough money for emergencies is good. Like, does depend on the person, because there are people that will spend money like crazy, and then there are those few that will like save it up and boom. So money can buy happiness, it just depends on the situation. Goodbye. Because you know what else grants happiness? Doggies.